ladies and gentlemen, greetings. I hope you all are doing well. On my side, I'm amazing, I'm awesome. I'm just so excited for this moment. But then anyway, first of all, I would like to appreciate Pretty for giving me an opportunity to come share my experiences. I really feel so honored to be invited in this channel. And guys, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. But then anyway, so what's basically happening in this video, I'll be sharing more about myself, my experiences, challenges, etc. But then, ladies and gentlemen, please don't get me wrong. I'm not an expert to anything, okay? I'm not an expert to anything. I'm just here to just share my experiences, okay? But then anyway, my name is Alecia Khanyi. I am a YouTuber, an author, a guitarist. Okay, it's just right there. I mean, it's obvious, okay? It's a given case. And I am a self-taught contortionist, and I'm currently doing my second year at the University of Cape Town studying mechatronics engineering. Well, that's basically who I am. Okay, but then what actually defines me? This is actually a tricky question it's a tricky question. It's a bit tricky, because someone like me, okay, on my side, I found it so hard to sort of like have to discover my identity in terms of like who I am. Why? Because I had an interest in a lot of stuff. Today I'll be playing a guitar. Tomorrow I'm busy writing a book. The other day I'm into poetry. This, that. I'm into public speaking. And then after that, I'm a YouTuber, content creator. This is a difficult question to sort of like unfold in terms of like what actually defines me. But then above all that, I am a true firm believer. I feel like my Christian life actually outlies everything that I actually do. Why? Because it sort of like has it acts like an umbrella in terms of like everything that I do. What do I actually mean by this? Because my decisions are shaped by my belief system, because I feel like that's basically what actually defines who I am. My Christian life actually, it defines who I am because it outlines, it sort of like covers everything that I actually do. I mean, because someone might ask, is it my book that actually defines me? Is it my guitar? Is it my academics, etc.? No. But then my Christian life actually defines me because, it dictates my decision, my decisions. When I make decisions, my Christian life actually has an impact in terms of like what I decide, etc. So how did I sort of like discover that I could play a guitar, or I can bend in half, do contortion, or writing? Okay, let's start with the guitar. The interesting one is an interesting one. So now we're in 2022. I've been playing a guitar for approximately, I'm not sure, but then the range of 7, 8, 9, 10, probably 8 to 9, if not 10. I think it's probably 8 to 9 years. So it's been a while, it's been a minute. But then how did I discover that I could actually play a guitar? So what actually happened is I didn't have sort of like professional training or professional teaching. But then my brother actually taught me. I'm a home-taught guitarist, and the other stuff I'm self-taught. So my brother would teach me how to play a guitar, and it was hard at first, and I got to a point where I just lost interest and didn't like what I was actually being taught in terms of like guitar-wise. Sometimes it would get annoying, etc. But then I got to a point where I sort of like developed passion for it and enjoyed it, because whenever I play something from my guitar, it's just, I don't know, man. I just feel it, I just feel it, I don't know how, okay, I don't know, maybe, what am I saying? But in any way, that's actually how I sort of like discover that I can actually play guitar. I'm home taught and self-taught. Some things I just taught myself and discover things along the way. And then in terms of like my flexibility, you know, I've always been someone who's into physical activities in terms of like working out, jogging, etc. But then as a young from a young age, I sort of like had an interest in gymnastics, you know. So I come from a disadvantaged area or disadvantaged background, so there were no gymnastics clubs where I come from, etc. There are no such things at home, you know. So like basically I sort of like had an interest in gymnastics, but then I didn't like know much all about it. I would just see people in the internet doing cool stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is so interesting. I really want to try that, etc. But then in terms of like the flexibility, the discipline that I'm in terms of like flexibility right now, it's not gymnastics. And anyway, FYI, 2021, in my first year at UCT, I joined the gymnastics club, but then I didn't stick by for that long. I then quit probably after 2 months. I don't know, because I lost interest. You know, I lost interest, but then it's because, okay, let me just explain what I'm actually doing in terms of like flexibility, and then it'll actually bridge up or close the gap in terms of like why I left gymnastics at UCT so early. Okay, so I'm a self-taught contortionist. For those who don't know, a contortionist is a person who sort of like has this other crazy flexibility. Personally, I'm not yet there, but then I can do a little tricks, I think, you know. So I taught myself how to do contortion. So how did I discover that I had a flexible body? It's not really a discovery, I can say. It's about you trying something new and then realize that, oh, I can actually do this, or I can actually be better in this, and then you start developing passion for it, and then you just start watering the talent, you know. So when I sort of like saw a friend who posted herself doing splits on social media, specifically WhatsApp. So yeah, she posted a picture of herself doing splits. So when I saw her picture, I was like, wow, that's so amazing, and I really want to try this, you know. That's when I developed interest in terms of like interest in flexibility, basically. So yeah, man, from there I then asked her questions. How do you do that? And how do you do that? How do you do that? You know? And then she just showed me the basic moves or stretches or exercises that I should do in order to achieve a split, you know. And I did that. But then from there, I discovered more about flexibility or contortion. I just saw this other girl on TV. I don't remember if it was on TV or what, but then she was doing a contortion performance, guys. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting. I really want to know more, and I really want to try that. And then that's when back flexibility came in, you know. So I started training my whole full body, and I'm now into full body flexibility. And yeah, man, if you're interested to check that out, you can just visit my Instagram or my TikTok. I don't really post much on TikTok, but then yeah, I post more often on Instagram. Yeah. So that's basically it. And then in terms of, let's just move on to the next topic or the next point. Okay, the book. Okay, so this has been one of my greatest achievements so far, I think, because I don't know, man. I'm just so in love with it. I'm just so in love with it, to be honest. So, well, someone might say, okay, someone might think me obtaining 7 distinctions in my final matric year might be a huge achievement, but then to me, this was actually my biggest achievement, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, basically, I'm an author of Bitter Truth But Growth. It's really a lovely, cute book. So how did I discover this? How did I come about this in my life? So, ladies and gentlemen, this actually draws back to the theme of my YouTube channel, you know. And so when I started a YouTube channel, it was in 2020 during the first lockdown of COVID-19. So yeah, man, I just wanted to like express and let something out that was within me. So for those who don't know, I was a preacher in high school, so I would like share the word of God, etc. So during lockdown, we're at home, we're not going to school, and my spirit just wanted to sort of like share a word, you know. So because I was no longer having that platform to share the word of God, which was actually at school. So because we're no longer going to school, I just felt like I needed something to just at least pour out the message that was filled in my spirit, you know, and that's where the YouTube channel came about, you know. So yeah, man, that's why I started sharing my sermons and etc, etc, etc. And then the book Bitter Truth But Growth is simply sort of like an outline of, how do I explain this? An outline of the YouTube channel, you know, the sermons they're similar to what's in the book, but then the special case about the book is that it also involves the community, the people. What do I mean by this? There's sort of like a Q&A section, you know, and that's where people shared their stories and yeah, man, about different aspects of life. So it's actually an inspirational book which focuses on different aspects of life. So yeah, man, that's where the writing came about. You know, it came about when I sort of like started my YouTube channel. When I record videos, I realized that I even do more of script writing and stuff. And then it came to my mind that, okay, since I do writings when I have to do recordings, what will happen if I compiled my writings into one book and also add more information from other people's experiences, because I believe that everyone has a story, you know, so we can actually learn from other people, you know. So yeah, man, that's how the book actually came about. And I just hope I make sense, you know. I just hope I make sense. Okay, so yeah, man, I think I've mentioned all of what I actually do. Yeah, I touched on the guitar part. I talked about my flexibility life or my physical exercise and my book and what else? And my YouTube channel. Yeah, and my YouTube channel. So the next question is, how do I sort of like manage to balance all of that? Honestly speaking, I'm not managing, y'all. I'm not managing. I won't lie. Okay, it's a tough one to actually unfold. So let me tell you a story, yo. Let me tell you a story. I don't want to make this video long, but then, okay. How am I managing to sort of balance academics, my YouTube channel, my book? And the book is on sale, guys. It's on sale. The actual book price is 200 rands and there's delivery fee if you're outside of Cape Town. But anyway, you'll get details in the description below. So let me tell you the story. How am I managing to balance all these things? Ladies and gentlemen, it's a tough road out here. Like, there's a lot going on. I won't lie to you. It's hard because the thing is, the tricky part is everything that I do actually affects each other, you know. That's where the danger is. That's where the danger is because, okay, basically with my physical well-being, exercising, if I sort of like sit down for a long time and not work out, I have this other crazy fatigue. And since I'm someone who does stretches or extreme stretching exercises for more flexibility, if I sit for a long time and not work out or not stretch at all, I become, I don't know, my body becomes painful, you know. My hamstrings become too tight and painful. My body becomes weak. I get fatigue, you know. I get fatigue. And excuse me, what's going on? I just had lunch, yo. I'm burping. But then anyway, my body I become weak and I have fatigue. And that because my body is not functioning well, it's gonna affect my academics, because I won't be able to study while I'm weak physically, you know. I won't be able to study while I'm in pain, while my hamstrings are paining. Nope. So it's sort of like a challenge to balance everything out, but then I try my best to sort of like at least give each and every aspect of my life a chance, you know. So I make sure I try by all means to work out regularly, because if I don't, it's gonna affect my academics, and that's also important to me, you know. And yeah, man, also my spiritual life too. I try by all means to sort of like I keep that managed, because if spiritually I'm not okay, it's gonna affect me, I don't know, in other areas of my life, because my spiritual life, as I've mentioned, that it actually defines who I am. It's an umbrella to each and everything that I do. And then, yeah, man, it's just so hard to balance everything. I won't lie to you. But then I try to sort of like at least give each and every aspect of my life a chance, you know. And yeah, how do I put this? Yeah, it's like what I've learned from this is that since I have sort of like a lot of things to focus on, I sort of like have to give each and everything a chance. By this, I mean, there's a difference in working out for 5 hours in a day. Okay, in using 5 hours at the gym in one day, and also spending maybe 30 minutes or an hour at the gym a day for the whole week. You know, there's a difference. Okay, I don't know if I put that properly. Let me just rephrase what I said. Okay, working out 1 hour per day for 7 days is different from working out 3 hours in a day, 3 hours once per week, like in one day. Oh, I just hope I'm making sense. It does make sense, right? It does. So yeah, man, so I learned to sort of like break down stuff into smaller chunks and give each and everything a chance, you know, because it's very important to sort of like have balance. You know, it's important to have balance, and I know it's not an easy thing. Things like time management, a lot of us struggle with time management, I won't lie. And yeah, man, I know this is a common struggle out there, having to strategize work, but then it's very important for you to just find what actually works for you. You know, me having to work out regularly in order to function might be a different story for you. So, you know, understanding that we are different and what works for me might not work for you, you know. So like yeah, man, I think that's basically it. That's basically it. But then what's next? What am I missing? Okay, in terms of like okay, moving on to sort of like, let me just conclude in terms of like the challenges I've came across. Okay, so challenges that I came across. What are the challenges? Okay, I found it hard to, yeah, this one was a struggle, guys. I found it so hard to sort of like find my identity. By this I mean in terms of like who I am, because I question myself daily and be like, dude, who are you? This is something that I'm actually struggling on right now, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know why I'm laughing, but then I just find it so hard to sort of like just have that one word to define this, you know. So having to find a stable identity of who I am, because I do a lot of stuff. Okay, well, on my side, I feel like I do a lot of stuff, you know, and I know that others who are doing more, but then on my side, I feel like I do a lot of stuff. And then, yeah, man, okay, challenges, balance, and what else? Yeah, it's balance, time management, and consistency. You know, I feel like from everything that I do, or in everything that I do actually, what I struggle on is being consistent. I am so bad when it comes to consistency. And yeah, man, I just feel like I'm not balanced. You know, my work is not really completely organized, but then like I try by all means to make ends meet, you know, but then balance or consistency. And what else? Other challenges. I don't know, man. I don't know because I really don't know. But then consistency, that's one of the challenges that I've come across. But then, and also having to, you know, even failure, guys, even failure, having to struggle, you know, having to struggle. So what I've learned from that, okay, let me relate it to academics. Academic wise, well, let's reverse back. In high school, I sort of like, I don't know, but then I just had my stuff together in high school. I won't lie. It was not easy. It was hard to sort of like have to achieve, to be up there in terms of like academics, etc. But then when I got to university actually showed me a different perspective, you know, in terms of like approach, you know. So what I've learned is that the technique that you used to use before might not work now. It might be the same thing, but then, for example, in terms of like academics, how you studied in high school might not work in university. You might have to like change the strategy, you know. So like what I've learned is that I've learned to sort of like allow myself to learn, you know, because struggling in terms of like maybe academics, that's been a challenge to me, especially in university. Sometimes I'll find it so hard to sort of like grab a certain concept, or I can say it would take me longer or much more time than expected just to understand one concept. It's horrible, to be honest. It's horrible. But then from that, I've learned to actually be patient with myself. You know, I've learned to be patient with myself, and yeah, man, I've learned to be patient with myself and take things easy and learn to sort of like break things down into smaller chunks, you know, not do everything at once, but then break things down into smaller chunks. And what else? Yeah, man. So then, but then I feel like I've said a lot, and I've made this video very long, and I know that no one wants to watch a 1 hour video. Even 10 minutes is a lot, 20 minutes is a lot. But then, okay, fine. As I'm about to wrap up, advice to the young people. Okay, as young people, or as a young person, it's very important for you to discover your identity. You know, it's very important for you to actually know who you are. It's very important for you to be able to make or to take ownership of your own life. You know, it's very important for you to make decisions by yourself, and it's important to know what actually works for you, or what's best for you, and what's not good for you, you know, because it's easy to fall into peer pressure, ladies and gentlemen. It's easy to fall into peer pressure, but then if you know deep down that, okay, this is who I am, you actually have an idea on how to actually tackle things, you know. But then it's important that you become open-minded and be willing to learn from anyone each and every time. Why am I saying this? It's because as a young person, what I've experienced and what I've learned so far is that life is not always smooth, to be honest. We come across difficult challenges, and sometimes we get to a point where we don't even know what to do. We don't even know why we're going through things. We don't even know why we're experiencing this, and we don't even know who to approach when we need help, you know. But then it's important for you to sort of like put yourself in a position where you are willing to learn, humble yourself, and yeah, man, be a person who is willing to learn from anyone. Do not judge people and say, what will this person teach me? Ladies and gentlemen, don't undermine people. Actually, not judge. not judge. Screw that term judge. I meant to say undermine. Don't undermine people. People have different stories and people are great, to be honest. Like, it's, if you start embracing the people around you and sort of like humble yourself and be willing to learn from anyone, regardless of their financial status or their standard of living or their academic status, whatever. It's important for you to be willing to learn from anyone, because each and everyone has a story, and someone knows what you don't know. You also know what I don't know, so be willing to learn from other people. Don't sort of like hide yourself. Don't hide yourself, I can say. So I feel like I've said a lot and I'm so tired of speaking and my eyes are paining. But then anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I've said a lot and I just hope you enjoyed the talk, even though this was a long video. This is a long video, ladies and gentlemen. I feel bad for recording this. The whole 26 minutes, it's a long video. But then please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll stick by and respond to comments. But then yeah, man, that's basically it. And thank you guys for watching till this far, and I just wish you all the best in your journey of living, of life, yeah, man, I don't know, just take care. And yeah, that's basically it. And I just hope everything was clear about who I am and what I went through and the challenges and how I'm sort of like dealing with that, And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. I think I'm actually repeating this, but anyway, cheers.